They were going to look at this year's big CW superhero crossover, Crisis on Earth X, featuring their superhero properties that air on their CW network. It was a big, exciting 4-part series. I'm going to kick it over to Chris to give us the recap, and then we'll each give us our thoughts on it.
This is the second year
for the big crossover between all of them.
All of them, yeah.
And then there was
an Arrow Flash
before that. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, Chris, take it away. What do you think? Give us the rundown.
So the rundown is, the story is basically that Barry Allen and Iris West are getting married. They have invited all of their friends, which would be everyone from across the different television shows, to the wedding ceremony. And so the first episode, which takes place in Supergirl, is pretty much the beginnings of the wedding, gathering all the heroes together when they're inexplicably attacked by the Nazis and the Nazi supervillains of Earth X. And from that point, the characters all have to figure out exactly what is going on. Why are there Nazis first? Why are Nazis attacking them? And what is their end goal? I don't know. I guess I can spoiler this.
I think at this point, it'll be a couple weeks after it's come out. So we're going to go a little deeper in and we'll probably have some spoilers. So if you haven't watched it yet, pause, go to your CW app or whatever preference you have for watching these things, watch them, and then come back and we'll go a little deeper in.
Yeah. So, but the gist of it is the doppelgangers of Arrow and Supergirl from Earth X, along with the Earth 1 Reverse Flash, have teamed up to capture Supergirl and do a heart transplant on the evil version of Supergirl, the Nazi Supergirl, because she's
Overgirl, right?
Overgirl, yes. So because she's absorbed too much solar radiation and is dying, which is out of the Superman series, right?
From like All-Star Superman, maybe?
So that's their basic plot, is to save her and then conquer a new Earth so that there can be 2 Earths ruled by the Nazis. And so the heroes have to save the day.
So they're partially invading to take over the Earth, also to take Supergirl, get her heart,
right,
and repair their Supergirl. Supergirl is, I don't know if they're married or just
they are
together.
Married. They are married.
The evil Supergirl is married to the evil Arrow, who is was Hitler's successor, as far as I can tell, on
him
Earth X.
as the Führer. Yeah, so
that's a rough Earth. I mean, all things considered. Here's a couple just nerdy type questions. Is there a Kara on Barry and Ollie's Earth? Because obviously there's a duplicate of each of them on Earth X.
I have high hopes that one day those they'll just figure out that those Earths were split and they weren't supposed to be, and they'll merge them together, because it's
not a little odd.
It is. Well, they said there's a Kara on every Earth. That line is in the show.
So does Krypton not blown up on Flash's Earth, or
maybe not? We don't know. So that's the real question. I don't know. I think it is a good one. I feel like if Supergirl had started on CW, she would just be on Barry's Earth, and that would be that simple. But because of the CBS thing, that didn't happen. So
I think we're a flashpoint away from that happening.
You think that'll just be some kind of timey-wimey stuff comes up in the season finale or something?
Or it could be the next crossover. It could be the next 4-parter next year where they fix it. So,
I mean, it could be a part of the season finales based on what's currently going on in the Flash series.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things going on with Metron. I mean, right now he's going by DeVoe, but based on appearance and everything else, he appears to be Metron, and Metron is one of the more powerful DC villains, or at least more space-timey DC
I'm not 100% caught up, but he's the Thinker, is who they said he is, right?
He's supposed to be the Thinker, but yes.
But how that all plays out,
but
his look is very
Metron. Very Metron, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
okay, so let's see. So we had Supergirl, the wedding in the episode of Supergirl, the Nazis attack.
Yep.
Then you go to Arrow. Give me kind of what was the
Arrow recap?
Yeah, or if you can break it down that much.
I don't know if I can break it down that much.
Okay,
but the Nazis attack. The heroes team up, and they find out that they are trying to steal a piece of technology on Earth 1 and go to stop them.
Is it an Arrow where you have sort of the Supergirl's sister and the Legends?
That was in episode 1.
That's in episode 1 where they have a date.
They have a date. Yes, they have a date. The cure for Firestorm is synthesized so that Martin Stein and Jax can separate,
split up,
which becomes a big character thing throughout the arc. So yeah, that's interesting. Of course, you have the other B story, which is Arrow tries to talk to Felicity about getting married, and she loudly at the reception says, "I don't want to marry you," and everyone hears it. It's kind of sad, but also kind of funny. So, but that's another story that kind of runs through the whole gamut.
Yeah.
But their basic plot they figure out is that they're trying to get Supergirl, and so at the end of Arrow, they capture everybody, and they keep Supergirl on Earth 1, and then everyone else is sent to the gulags on Earth X. And that's
Okay, so is it in Flash where we first meet the Ray?
yes,
Exactly.
yes.
And that was cool for guys that are like long time. If you guys
Yeah.
read the Ray back in the day with Joe Quesada
Oh,
art
yeah.
and everything, that was kind of cool to see him get a live action.
I love the Ray. He's one of my favorite characters.
And
So-
he's got a new show on the CWC, kind of like they did with Vixen. Vixen's show came up first as an animated before the live action
Right.
stuff. In this case, they went live action and then they're going
To spin it off.
anime. Exactly.
So that was kind of interesting to see the Earth X, and you get
Yeah.
kind of you get Citizen Cole.
Citizen Cold. It was good
Yeah.
to see him again. He's hilarious as an uber do-gooder type and giving Roy fits. It was cool to see a lot of the ways they played the alternates of the character. I mean, you had James Olsen as the Guardian, kind of
Yeah.
being Captain America. And then you had Wynn from Supergirl playing the General, who's not such a nice guy. You had the Return of the Red Tornado.
which was
It
interesting.
looked a lot better this
Mhm.
go around. The Return of Red Tornado.
Gives you hope for maybe something on Earth 1.
Maybe he can. Well, I don't know. My ties to him are largely through Young Justice and, various points of him in Justice League. But yeah, I'd love to see some Young Justice type stuff with him.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, he's great in Young Justice for sure.
And then you also get some Iris and Felicity, almost Die Hard-esque sort of stuff running around.
The non-superpowered people kind of making it.
Having to save the day, and if the last bit of people that are captured in Star Labs, they have to try to free them. They send a distress call out to the Legends that didn't come to the wedding, the ones that are still running around time. And yeah, that was really fun. It was a good thing. And then of course in Legends, the Legends actually show back up, and Adam has one of the best character entries I've seen in a long time when he catches the scalpel.
Yeah, that was
It's
fantastic.
like, and then boom. So, and the growing hand was even cool at the very end. So
Yeah, actually, when the scalpel didn't work, I thought, well, was it like has she recovered
yeah.
or what's happened? And then I'm like, oh, that's a good bit. That's fantastic.
yeah, that was so good.
The only thing I didn't get that I kind of wanted that I knew wasn't going to happen is I kind of wanted Superman to show up.
Oh, wouldn't that have been fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been fantastic.
I mean, again, I know there's probably reason that they
Well-
can't, but that would have been cool.
It would have been cool if he could have cameoed for sure. I mean, you have to give him props. This is basically a 4-hour TV movie, and they worked, even if it was just a small bit. Everybody, the cast member, got to be on the show for a second or two, it seemed like. So,
Yeah, maybe Superman would have been too. My original thought was, man, it'd be kind of cool if Superman was like evil Superman, like they did like a
Oh,
Red Sun
yeah.
thing or something,
That
and he
would've
was.
been
That would have been awesome.
And I thought, well, then you'd really be under the gun trying to. I guess I just wanted to use Superman more than they probably can actually get away with using Superman.
so
I wasn't a fan of the Reverse Flash. I felt like he didn't really serve a purpose. I get that he was going to be the one to do the surgery and everything
Yeah.
else, but I felt like they could have grabbed another character or had someone else be the evil doppelganger, Killer Frost, since she is a doctor by trade. Actually have her be full-on Killer Frost.
I would have liked seeing evil Jay Garrick, because that would have trissed there.
And Jay Garrick
right.
wasn't in it at all. It's kind of
Right.
ironic that he wasn't at the wedding, but maybe it's just like it'd be weird to have somebody who looks
like your dad.
just like your supposedly dead father.
I think that they could have done something else. The fact that he's back now and like he let him go on Earth 1, so now he's running around, and
Yeah.
I kind of wish that he would have stayed dead.
I bet a lot of it comes down to actor availability on
Yeah.
some of that. I imagine they're
Yeah.
setting something up with Reverse Flash for the future.
And it may have just been budget, because they already pay that actor anyway. So maybe they just didn't have, with everything they were doing.
Sure, it's like, well, we've already
Yeah,
got.
we've done so much. They probably can't afford.
We're already gonna have to
Superman,
pay Wells.
and all these other people to come on. So
The slow motion fight scene when you see all 85 of the
oh my
heroes.
god, yeah,
Because that was the other thing, is just like DC has incorporated so many heroes, which is really awesome. Looking at the breadth of what it is that they've created, and all of the characters are enjoyable for the most part. Like, there's no one that really grates on you. Vibe is a viable character,
Yeah, he
even
really is.
in a support role only, but Steel, he has to grow on me. I feel like the costume isn't what it should be. Also, I think that, if you would have pulled John Henry in there, I probably would have liked it a little bit more, but you can take what you can get because the guy was pretty cool. And, he did save Supergirl when she was falling through the sky. Like, but I mean, he's a good actor. I forget how to pronounce the mystic Indian lady's name, but, she's a character or a throwback character from Justice League International. So they have a good team of people on Legends, and it's great to see all the different people, even Mr. Terrific.
Has a nice moment.
Exactly. So, I mean, everyone gets a moment to shine throughout.
That battle with Metallo with all of them was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
How cool is that? That's not even like the coolest thing, but it's super cool, but it's like, you probably like to think, oh, that's the coolest thing to happen. No, that was probably like the 5th coolest thing to happen.
Right.
It's still really cool. So it's, in some ways, it's reminiscent to me of the JLA, JSA crossovers growing up, where you just, these superheroes are coming over and these superheroes, it's going to be amazing. So,
well, and the promotional artwork was one of those old comics.
Oh, very much.
With heads on the side.
Yeah.
It was really cool. Yeah. Of course, the big death was also part of this. The Martin Stein sacrifices himself, which we knew the actor was exiting the series. That's been kind of out in the news.
Right.
It was quite a jarring death. I wasn't prepared for him to go that way.
Yeah.
They just given him the serum. I was like, they're just gonna
Write him off or whatever.
And if he ever wants to come back, no, he's dead. So
yeah, that was kind of rough. I mean, now you've lost essentially the original Ronnie Raymond and the original Martin Stein. I mean,
So it'll be interesting to see what happens with the virus.
Well,
have you watched this week?
I have not watched this.
So that
will answer some of your, or at least in the short term, your questions will be answered.
So
It was also great to see Tommy back. He was back in the 2nd episode with Arrow. He was one of the Nazis that got captured after the wedding, and to see that interplay with Ollie and Tommy was really good. I miss that actor. He was there during the first season of Arrow. He dies at the end of the first season. Spoiler alert. But he had popped up in a couple of things here and there, and I was just like, I think this guy's a good actor. It's good to see him around. It was good to have him back because I wasn't expecting him to be under that mask.
Yeah, that was a good surprise. My favorite bit was probably, General, would you care to step outside? It was like
awesome.
Anytime they call back the Richard Donner stuff, I'm always excited about it.
Moment where.
So that was pretty cool. And that's just a pretty great fight between the two of them. So
great Supergirl fight. Yeah, that was fantastic. I was like, can't believe they used that line. That's so cool.
Well, what they're doing with this, to me, with this TV series and the way they're developing the characters and the whole bit, the movie franchises could take a lot from this, because they are pandering to nostalgia and giving us some of the things that we want, not all of it, but they're giving us enough to where there are very few complaints. The stuff that they're doing with Mr. Terrific, like, that surprised me because in all the stuff with the comics, or at least most recently in the comics with New 52, in that iteration, he was married to Power Girl. So it's like, now he's gay. And so it's just like, okay, well, I can get on board with this because it's great to see Mr. Terrific. But I was also like, it'd be really great to see him in a relationship with Power Girl if she's the Kara of this universe.
That is interesting. Could we see Power Girl?
That would be cool. Yeah, I don't know.
That would be,
I mean, to me, that would solve the problem, right? Like, where's Kara?
Yeah, where is she?
Well, Kara's Power Girl. And this is, she's not a person in their early 20s. She's a grown woman.
Yeah. Well, they have taken a few liberties with the characters and their story arcs anyway, because I mean, there's been like 3 Black Canaries already on air.
Sure, and that's a little confusing.
So I mean,
and Ollie didn't marry any of them,
right? But and is not romantically involved with the current one,
right?
So yeah, I mean,
it's its own universe.
It is.
It has its own rules.
But I get what you're saying. Like, it would have been. I was surprised also that with Mr. Terrific, because I was like, oh, well, I thought his whole motivation for being Mr. Terrific was because his wife died horribly or something. But that was the original origin anyway. But
it changed in the New 52, and so but
it still works. I mean,
it does.
How cool is it that he's got the jacket that says play on? How cool is that?
I mean, you can't find it anywhere, right? I don't even make it though.
I love that. I mean, I was super excited. I guess he has been on this season of Legends. Is that because I haven't seen
Arrow?
Terrific
of Arrow, yeah.
Okay, so I had not been. I was aware that he was on something, but I hadn't seen it.
He and Wild Dog and Canary are part of the Arrow crew, so they've been on there for like the last couple of years, actually. So.
Okay, well, see, I mostly catch Arrow when he intersects with the Flash stuff, so I didn't realize Mr. Terrific was going to show up with like the T-spheres and the face and the fair play. So I was like, oh, that's cool.
So he originally entered Arrow about 3 seasons ago.
Okay.
Last season was when he actually became Mr. Terrific and started joining them in fighting crime, because near the beginning of the season, he discovered their lair or whatever. And then in the second season, he ended up putting together a crew. And then this season, it's really the crew. Like, Arrow has become more of a team show than it's been about the individual character. And so it's, again, the Arrow's been really, really enjoyable. I'm not familiar with Wild Dog as a character, and so, you know, I remember him popping up sporadically here and there in comics, like D-Man did. Not that I'm saying he's D-Man, but, you know, he popped up sporadically here and there in a couple of comics. It's great to see that, again, they're taking little characters and bringing them forward.
Created by Max Allan Collins and Terry Beattie. I love a lot of Max Allan Collins stuff. I'm less familiar with Wild Dog stuff, but I love a lot of his stuff.
I really like this version of character. I'm not familiar either, but I really liked his origin. I really liked everything they've done with that character. He's been very, very interesting, very well developed. I mean, Arrow has even had Ragman.
Right.
That's pretty cool. Why do you get caught up on Arrow? I don't know. What are those, season 6?
Yeah. 5 was really good.
Okay. I feel like I've watched, I don't know, between to 3 and 4, but I just didn't remember Mr. Terrific being around. So
yeah, it's been very, very cool. I mean, Deathstroke's popped up so many times. And I love that guy.
So the thing for me with Mr. Terrific, or like the actor that plays him, is he has his T-spears, but if you see him walking around, he walks around the entire time with an afro. But when he's like Mr. Terrific, he has cornrows, and I'm like, yeah, the T-spears must be braiding your hair. It can't get done that quickly, because they're like, hey, suit up, and the next thing you know, he's got cornrows. And so I'm like, it has to.
It's got nanites in his hair.
Yes, he has to. Like,
you got like 6 feet of hair up here, and all of a sudden it's flat. It doesn't seem like it's a thing.
Yes, as an African-American male who has had his hair braided once before, I was looking at that and I was just like, I know what it's like to sit down in the same spot for 3 hours, like, pulling at your hair. So apparently they braid hair in an instant. Man, this crossover was really good. It was a lot of fun from start to finish. The big finish is that the wedding does take place. The original wedding kind of got broken up before the I do's could be said.
Destroyed by the Nazis.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
everything gets blown up.
Down.
Well, the actor is, because that's William Catt from Greatest American
Oh,
Hero.
was it really?
Yes,
okay.
that's who that was. So, because I was
that's kind of an Easter egg.
I saw his name on the casting, and I was like, so I started looking for him, and I was like, oh, he's dead. Well, and the other Easter egg they've talked about is the girl at the wedding who comes up and offers Barry a drink, and there's like tons of theories that like one of his kids that's traveled back in time, or is that like a member of the Legion, or that's come back to see this big occasion, because she kind of references that.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure that will pop up with Thawne and everything else. So they've laid a lot of groundwork with this, and so at the end, Ollie and Felicity end up getting married as well, right next to Barry. So, you know, that's a story that's going to take place moving forward. But I was not expecting that at the end, because with the actual Dinah in the series, I thought that they were going to do the whole Green Arrow Canary, but apparently not. So,
well, you never know. People get killed, things happen.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and of course they had if you watched any of this crossover stuff with Arrow and Flash, they did do the Diggle trope of Flash grabs Diggle, he stops, he's like, oh, I didn't throw up this, and he throws up. So, you know, that was kind of hilarious, just because it is a trope now for that character.
He was missed. For me, he was missed throughout the whole.
Yeah, I think they kind of had to, because in the show, in the Arrow show, he's got nerve damage to his hands, so he really can't use guns. He's been an Arrow replacement while Ollie's going through some stuff, but he's just kind of not combat ready right now. But yeah, overall, start to finish, it was good. Though I will say, my only thing that I thought, and this is more funny than anything else, I did notice that for the most part, the Nazis are almost as good as Cobra from G.I. Joe at hitting people. I mean, the Wave Rider is like strafing the park, and there's explosions, but everybody's
There's a couple of people you could tell that a couple of people got blown up.
Yeah, but that was about it. I mean, they're like terrible shots, but it was okay. I thought it was great. Also, I think America right now really needs to reiterate the fact that Nazis are evil, and you beat the crap out of them. That's what you do.
The show definitely came down on the side of punching Nazis.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, so final thoughts, everything. We kind of covered it. I enjoyed it. I had a great time. Thought it was a lot of fun to watch. And yeah, if they do one of these every year, I'm down for watching it for sure. So I give it a thumbs up for sure. Anthony?
I give it a thumbs up as well. I feel like there's going to be more that comes out of this, in that there may be an Earth X series beyond the CWC where you see what's happening with Ray, because Ray is from Earth 1, so that means he's probably going to pop back up because Citizen Cold decided to stay on Earth 1. They are an item. I imagine that at some point throughout the season of The Flash, you're going to see the Ray pop up maybe towards the end to help out with, I think you'll see the heroes go back there, or maybe the legends go back there to help the Ray, because he appears to be the only hero in that timeline or in that era, especially since the Shield got killed by Arrow at the very beginning. So we'll see what happens, but I think that there's a lot more that can be done there because it's kind of a clean slate to see, what progress can be made or what develops with Earth X.
I agree with all that. I loved this. This was it was literally the 4-hour movie is how I would characterize it. It was really interesting to having just seen Justice League and then watching this, like, wow, this is just tremendous, high quality stuff. I'm a huge fan of all the shows, so all the character development and all the things. Having seen a couple of the episodes in the aftermath, now I can definitely say they're playing off of everything that's gone on. So I would also say I would watch the crossovers anytime, and I'm sure we're going to get Ray. I did read an article, though, that said that the guy who plays Ray is also on another show.
On a new pilot or something.
He's on different shows, so it's probably going to be subject to his availability, but I'm sure he will show up whenever they ask. So,
all right, very cool. Well, hey, what did you guys think? We'd love to hear from you. Find us on Facebook at Infinite Danger Room. Thank you for listening.